Alright, today I'm going to be talking about my demonstration speech, which is over keyboard and mouse. I'm going to be teaching y'all how to use them, but before we do that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Jaden Ikegwanu. I'm in 10th grade, I go to Colleen, and that's pretty much it. So, first things first, I would like to take a moment and analyze the keyboard. So, I got this keyboard like for Christmas, and I found out that it came with the. I didn't know that it was highlighted because it was in the box. So this would be really good for my demonstration speech to teach WASD, which are the moving mechanics for most games, first-person shooters, any type of game that requires movement, I believe. And then, or you can use down, down, up, right, or left. My bad, it was flop. But, so first, I want to teach y'all where your finger placement should be. So first, you want, your three longest fingers on A, W, and D. It just makes everything a whole lot better, unless you're a righty, or no, a lefty, and like to be over here, I would suggest this, but for this, a lot more people use it. And if you're doing this, you'd have to use your mouse over here. But since most of your, your keys are over here for gaming, it will be a lot more easier. So, after going over that, I'm going over the looking mechanism for the game. So when you're looking in a game, you can't use anything on the keyboard unless it's like a click thing. So since the games that I play don't use click, they use mouse. So you have to move your mouse around to make yourself look like in real life how you see everything. You see with your vision. Now, since you see with your vision, you gotta scroll the way you want to look. Alright. So now that we know the basics, I'm gonna teach a little something not more advanced, but I guess intermediate. So for like walking, now you have to sprint. What I usually use, or first I have to explain to you keyboard bindings. Like the buttons you like to move around. You don't even have to use these buttons. If you wanted to move around, you could use I, J, L, and K. This is to move forward, backward, left, and right. You don't even have to use any of these. But like I suggested, you should use these because, as I said, they are highlighted and it's easier to see. I would have gotten my light up keyboard, but since I can't plug it in anywhere, I didn't want to bring it. And plus, it's a lot smaller. Moving on, we're going to talk about your weapon loadout system, switching it. Obviously, there are multiple different ways to do this. First, I started off using the numbers at the top. You have three, or in the games that I play, you have three weapons. You have your primary, your secondary, and then you have your heavy. At first, I used the numbers 1, 2, and 3. And then I switched to tab, but since tab is all the way over here and you're using your three fingers right here, I feel like for your scroll, you don't utilize your scroll at all instead of scrolling agreements, reading stuff. So I found it very useful to use the scroll. One click for primary, second click for secondary, and then or roll, and then third roll for heavy. Alright. So now that we have that out of the way, I would like to go over the other stuff besides moving, such as like inventory. So for inventory, I'm gonna bring up a game. I like to use E for inventory because it's right next to your W, A, S, and D. So when you're playing and you gotta check your inventory real quick, you go to E and it's right there. You don't even have to take your hand off of W, meaning you can still be sprinting, or in some other games it will stop you and you just scroll around in your thing, in your inventory. Another one is the reload system. So this is where it kind of gets advanced, I would say, for people, because unlike, you know, the mouses we see around here, mine have, side buttons. And I actually want to warn you guys about how many buttons you can use on a mouse, because on some software mouses, you can only use up to 3 buttons at a time, and others you can use as many as you want at a time. As this one, I can only use 2 buttons at a time, which is kind of trash, but we're gonna keep moving. So basically, what I use to reload is I use the back button. You can't use these or these or these. These are just, like, let's say your scroll is broken, these are used for scrolling for me. But that's how I switch weapons. And then I also crouch with front button on the mouse, because it's a lot easier to slide and then switch or reload a weapon than to have it on the keyboard somewhere. Or if you really want it to be easier, you can just put your hands on WASD, and then if you gotta reload, click the back button, and then R, which is reload in a lot of other games. But another thing is, when you're using a keyboard, you don't always want to be looking down at your keyboard. So that's why I'm going over this right now. Really good format to use, like for your hands, WASD, and then keep your hands on the mouse. Don't keep your other hand on the keyboard, because that will mess you up. Like I said, you will need your mouse hand to look around. And so I guess we're gonna skip that, but that's really it for the basics of learning mouse and keyboard. So yeah.